Hello friends, my name is Zekko and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are talking Premier League transfers, more specifically the players that have gone under the radar. They're a bit underrated. They might not have the flashiest of names, they might not have moved for a lot of money, but these are the players that I think will have a bigger impact at their clubs than a lot of people are giving them credit for. Before we get into it, I'd just like to say that if you enjoyed the video, please leave it with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload, and let's talk about the underrated transfers of the Premier League this season. I've got 5 players to talk about today, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Up first, we're going to be going towards Bournemouth. Bournemouth have signed Neto from FC Barcelona. If you don't know who he is, he's a goalkeeper who plays second string just behind Andre ter Stegen. Now, he signed for Barcelona 3 years ago for around about a fee of £23 million, which clearly means that Barcelona rated him and wanted him to stay. In fact, if you believe what rumours are said, Xavi didn't actually want him to leave, but his wage demands and his wage on the Barcelona bill at the current point in time was too much for Barcelona to handle, and they were looking to offload him for some other keeper. So that's how he ended up at Bournemouth. He signed a 1-year deal as far as I know, and it's on a free transfer. So for Bournemouth, I think it's a very, very good signing. If you're going to be staying up at the league, you're going to be facing a lot of shots and a lot of attacks. So you're going to need a good goalkeeper to try and keep you in games at certain points. This is where Neto comes in. I think he's a good goalkeeper and he's only 33 years old. He needs to be given extra game time and he wants to play. There's nothing wrong with that, and it helps Bournemouth as well. I think it's a quality keeper, and he's really going to be the best goalkeeper of the club, in my opinion. I think he's a fantastic signing, and one that Bournemouth have been really smart about. If it doesn't work, he's on a 1-year deal, so he can leave. You know, you don't have the wages messing up the general fabrics of the team if they get relegated. But if they don't get relegated, they can talk about renegotiating the deal and have him stay for another few years. He's playing Premier League football at the moment, which isn't an issue, and so are Bournemouth. So why would you not go out and get a really good goalkeeper? I think he's still got quality about him, and even though he's left Barcelona, it doesn't necessarily mean he's a bad keeper or not high quality. It's a really good signing in my opinion, and I do think that people are going to find him a bit of a surprise because he's got quality about him, and I think on a free transfer, what can go wrong? Up next, we're going to be talking about Dwight McNEIL moving to Everton from Burnley. I think this is a really good signing. I know a lot of people sneered at this when it happened. I know a lot of Evertonians actually didn't like the idea of McNEIL signing for them, but I think he's exactly what Everton need at this current point in time. They're leaking goals and they are having a really tough time defensively. So when you get a winger like McNEIL who was able to drive with the ball, he's very good on his runs, he's very good in possession, and also he's so defensive. He is in the 99th percentile for blocks and in the 97th percentile for interceptions. Couple that with the 92nd percentile for tackles, and you've got an extremely defensive player there. Let's also remember he is a winger, so he does go forwards as well. And when you have that defensive capability in your wingers, you can really lay off the central midfielders doing a lot of work. All of this coming together is going to help Everton stay structurally sound and make sure their defence is key. They can then go forwards once they have a platform and then start attacking. But it's once you stop the leaking of goals that you can only improve. And I do think Dwight McNEIL is going to be able to add to that. He's got a good pace about him, he runs, he pressurises the ball quite a lot, he's good, he's young, and he's able to go forwards. He's also got room to grow. He's not in his prime yet, which means that he's going to be able to improve as the years go on with Everton. Considering they didn't pay all too much money for him, I actually think this is a sensational signing. It works both parties, just like the Neto deal. He gets to continue to play Premier League football, and he's also got a good set of attributes about him that's really going to help Everton and at least help Everton climb the table that little bit more. If they stop leaking goals, they can then start on attacking, because if they don't stop, it's really going to be a big problem. Dwight McNeil's going to help with that on either the right hand side or the left hand side. His versatility is really going to be key here. I think he's a really good signing. Back to Barcelona we go, and Barcelona are struggling with their finances at the moment, which means they're letting players go on quite good terms so that they can get them off the wage bill. One of these players is Clement Longley. He's 27 years old, and he seems to get the reputation now that he's finished, that he can't play football anymore. And I'm not so sure about that, because a few years ago he was labelled as one of the best centre-backs in the world. Yes, he's injury-prone, and yes, he doesn't look great in a back four, but in Antonio Conte's back three system, especially on that left-hand side, I actually think he will read the game very well. I think he's got a good presence about him, he's got a good height on him, and I think he's deceptively quite fast. He's got a decent tackle on him, and I do think he's got good passing after coming out of Barcelona. And so I think that, at least as a backup option, I think he's a really, really good addition. Remember, not every single player needs to be a out-and-out starter. Not every player that you sign needs to be an improvement to the starting 11. But what they have with Longley is a player who is able to come in, do a job very well. Perhaps he's not cut out for the top 1% of football. Perhaps he's not ready for the top level. But they don't need him to be. They need him to be a backup player with a lot of quality that when the games come thick and fast, they can slot him in and he'll be absolutely fine and not a worry. This, on a loan deal, is a fantastic move. I think if he does well at Tottenham, they might look at getting him on a permanent transfer. But at the moment, I think it suits both parties. They're not having to worry about a transfer fee because of his injury worries. They also don't need to worry about having a lack of experience because he's 27 years old and he already knows how to play football to a very high level. Suits all parties in this case, in my opinion, and I think it's a very, very good signing. Nothing wrong with it here at the moment. I think that he can slot into a back three perfectly. He's got a good tackle on him and he's just very, very good on the ball. So what's not to like? Up next, we're going to be talking about Ben Mee and his free transfer from Burnley to Brentford. Brentford are looking to stay in the Premier League for a second season in a row, and I think they've made a good defensive signing to be able to do that. Ben Mee knows what it takes to play in a relegation battle, and he's done it so many times for Burnley until they, unfortunately, in the end got relegated. He knows what it takes, and he knows how physical you have to be, and he knows how defensively switched on you have to be. He was in that Sean Dyche team, and he was one of the linchpins in that defence and keeping them up. Eventually they went down, so picking him up I really do think is a good move. He's only 32 years old, and arriving on a free transfer, you pretty much say it's a no-brainer, I would have thought. He's got good leadership qualities and he's very good defensively, especially aerially. He wins 4 aerial duels per 90, which is the 93rd percentile across Europe's top 5 leagues. So he's really got something about him, and we saw that against Manchester United when he scored a header for the 3rd goal out of their 4-0 win against them. He really has a good eye for a pass. He's defensively sound. He can organise the back 4 or back 3, depending on what system they play. And he's a good leader. He's one that the players can look to see everything's okay, everything's fine. I've been in this situation before and we're going to get out of it. It's that kind of solidity and that kind of reassurance that I think is going to help Brentford going through into their second season to prevent that second season syndrome. Now, with Ben Mee, I really do think they're going to be a lot more stable at the back, and it's going to be a prosperous season for Brentford, especially defensively. Last but not least, we have a loan move for Conor Coady from Wolverhampton Wanderers to Everton. This, in my opinion, as well as the other defenders that we've been talking about, is a fantastic signing for Everton. I talked defensively about Dwight McNEIL and how I thought he would be a good addition. Conor Coady is that and more. They've already signed James Tarkowski, who I think is a very, very good centre-back. So they already have Marshalls at the back, but Conor Coady is that leader that I think you can look towards. That element of class who is able to pick out a pass, able to marshal the defence, and able to help some young players go through and make sure that they're having a good game. He can always look out for people, and he's always on hand to be able to keep the levels high and keep the spirits up, which is something you need in this Everton side, I think. You need a leader. You need someone who you can look towards who's going to have that bit of grit, that bit of guile and determination to try and bring the mood of the players up. He's also a very good defender, and he's always going to put his body on the line for the cause. He was surplus to requirements at Wolves, but I really do think he'll be utilised very well in a back 3 for Everton, and I do think that Frank Lampard has made a very good move with him. I think a lot of players are going to take to him very well. He's a likeable guy, and that's part and parcel of one of the things that makes him so good. He's a very good communicator. He speaks very well. He's going to be able to fit into that defence perfectly, and along with James Tarkowski and the likes of Mason Holgate and the like, I really do think he's going to find himself at home. Like I said, he's a very good defender, and Everton need good defenders, and they need to keep that defence tight. Having Conor Coady marshal that back three, which is what I think they're going to play, will be excellent. He does it very well. He's far better in a back three than he is a back four, which is why I think he was surplus to requirements. So there's nothing untoward here. He just wants to play football. He has been told that he's not going to because Wolves have moved to a back four, and I think he will be an excellent addition for Everton in a back three this season. And there you have it, guys. Those are my 5 underrated players for this season. Let me know in the comment section below what you think are your 5 underrated players, and do you agree with what I've said? Are there players that I've missed out? Should I do another list? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it with a like and subscribe if you haven't, for more content like this coming very soon. You can also let me know your thoughts on Twitter. You can find me at Zekko64. That's generally where I post when my videos go live. But of course, you can always know that if you hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload. That's it from me for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.